the screen here. We have our very first Northgard game, which I will spectate. Pretty insane. We have Daniel here. Oh, we can even zoom out further than we usually could. I like that. See all the tips here. And yeah, Daniel going with the Ox clan here against Lunch Lady going for the Lynx clan. Very interesting. We can also see the whole map already. Okay. I like it a lot. Spectator and Northgard in actual reality, and so much better than I would have ever hoped for. We can see the resources up here for the players. Very similar here at the start, of course. Yeah, obviously. I've waited for this so long, and yeah, really hyped. And this is perfect, man. This is perfect. We have a complete view. We can see the whole map over here. We can also turn it off and just watch a singular player for doing stuff. We have more options over here. Hide UI. I'm a little bit. Oh, yeah, for the natural view experience. I like that. But we have so much info here. I really enjoy that. New with the Ox here, going for the straight farm. Great food economy, something I would never do, and this is why I am bad at Ox. I would think so. I would really think so. Spectator mode to click between menu and stats. Okay. Here. Ah, okay. Right here, I see basically the same view that Daniel has right now. I go over here and see the lore tree. Oh my god, it's all so easy. Oh, so easy. I like it. Over here too. Have a horrible lore situation. Buildings, I feel like. Oh, didn't get the lore yet. Links. Lunch Lady. Already getting out the archery range here. Cats are gonna come soon. More resources coming in. Go back to the spectate. Hey, can we see the map here already? Yeah, we have giants on the map. We have Dwarven right here in their little pocket. Remains to be seen if somebody can actually find them. And we have Milkal far over there. We have more neutrals. Nope, that were it for the neutrals over here. Always say the Ox. I just say the player names, right? Daniel got a shipwreck over here, blocked by Wolf, however, so it's not as easy to take for him. He's gonna need to get a warrior or X further in the early game. Remains to be seen what he will be going for. Heard that it's a little bit easier for them. And Lunch Lady is already starting to clear out the very first things here. Also, shipwreck over there, double sheep, pretty good for the Lynx in general. And quite a few wolves to clear in the start. Generally, quite a lot of stuff to find. Debatable how far in the middle actually is. I think it's fair, right? Like Lynx, 6, 1, 2, 2 tiles, 3 tiles, 4 tiles, 2 middle. And we have the Ox here with 1, 2, 3. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Okay, a little bit closer. A little bit closer here. Let's see what they can actually see. Really not interested in middle too much right now from Lunch Lady. More interested in getting the early clear, getting your hands on the lore. Yeah, makes sense. Sheep just died. Rip sheep. Gives a good amount of resources here though. And yeah. Pretty fine. More interested in what is going on the map here. Not really going for a camp right now. Not too sure. It will come soonish because this shipwreck must be pretty juicy. Like having the shipwreck over there should be juicy to see. But there's also a lot of more important stuff that you want to do as Ox. How like setting up your eco, because so much stuff is different for the Ox clan. Like you can only have one villager on each building. For example, the lower stone, love to put 2 villagers on those, but Ox only can do 1. But it's also for all the other buildings. Very importantly, also the scout camp, which makes it relatively hard for the Ox to scout, and is oftentimes why you wouldn't see scouts from an Ox in a team game. Lynx clan, a little bit more normal in that sense. You can still have 2 villagers on both of your buildings, not on a lower stone though, which is extremely unfair, obviously. And we will see you going for the Hunter's Lodge here already. I oftentimes will resort to only going for the deer I get out of Spawns of Plenty, which oftentimes leads into me not having enough food in the late game. So if you want to go late game, oftentimes you're going to see people actually take advantage of the deer, which in a duel must be a great decision. Alright, see. Like a part of a direction here. Daniel seems to be good to go for a straight city builder, which makes a lot of sense. Lets you improve zones for 50% less gold, and all your units are gonna be a little bit more efficient there, as if they are specialized. And of course you have a lower upkeep cost for all of your buildings, so usually trying to get this quite early if you want to go for it. And for the links, gonna see plenty here for our lunch lady, and have a little bit better of a food. Probably gonna love to see the wolves over here, because what I forgot to say over here, of course, that is very special about the Lynx clan is the 2 cats. The 2 cats cost in total 100 food, 100 gold. It's like 1 cat costs 40 gold, the other 40 gold food. And which is pretty good. What is pretty good about them, that you have a completely different military tree over here, and oftentimes you gotta go for carrying siblings first, which states that if both of the cats are in your territory or in an allied territory, they will start healing. And you see that right here. Free healing for the cats, so you have pretty potent cats around to clear you in the early game, plus they will heal themselves, which means you will not get a healer's hut. You can imagine I'm a big fan of that. Warriors out, so not extra play. Interesting. I saw a lot of people that told me about going for extras. I always thought that warriors are a very solid chain, like solid pick here, because you can see it right here. If you do it right, you can get almost away with getting no damage. You see, wolf took a hit there, warrior didn't take a hit. Very hard to make it that happen consistently, because sometimes the wolves are just gonna attack that little moment earlier, but Daniel is just doing a great job here on that, almost taking no hits here. Imagine that he cleared out 1 wolf. We're over here, 4 wolves in total with 1 warrior, which is not that easy to do, I can tell you. Not that easy to do. We most likely have already seen me countless times trying that and losing still a few warriors, but he's doing a really great job. So, our lunch lady, interested in stone, building the first longship dock right there. Oh, Daniel just hit city builder. We will most likely see, yeah, first tile already has been developed, second tile has been developed. You want to develop as many tiles as possible, because 50% less taxes for your buildings means that, yeah, you have a way better gold production then. Not even your gold production will stay the same, but having less building upkeep obviously will seem it to be better, so you want to get it as early as possible. On top of that, the woodcutters in this tile here are 10% more efficient. The farmers in here, the longship dock would also be more efficient. You can see a tower up there. Maybe scared of an early attack or the Northgard coming in, because other than that, there's not a lot to be feared of here. There's not a lot to be feared of. You can't see what is around here though, so maybe thinking that this could be a wolf. We know it is actually the middle that he most likely would actually like to take. Plus, yeah, drawers and Northgard which aren't like, they won't attack you in the next year, so you don't need to be too scared about these usually with a tower. But rather be safe than sorry, you know? Rather be safe than sorry. Yeah, beaches everywhere. Beaches here, 4 yachts. We have 2 beaches here, 40 links, which should be good enough. Since we're not having a Raven or a Kraken here in game, it should also make not too much of a difference, right? It's obviously can be really nice. I feel like for the Yorks, yet again, I'm usually somebody who tries to keep the main tile free, build both markets, like market and trading posts in the main tile, plus I put my ship in there, so I can then very early go for city builder, upgrade that tile, and have like a very condensed gold tile over here. I've heard from a lot of players that this is not the way they go though. They go with having ships all around because orcs can just really use the lore there. We should also jump over to Witch Lady here. See what's going on here. We already have a standard lure up. That means the chief must be around already. Figuring out the wolf here. Maybe very fine. Check out what she can see over here. There's a fair bit. Generally should be happy how the map is looking over here. Quite a few things to clear. Gonna be interesting. Yeah, great hunt. So fire arrow build, which means that she will get trophies to like. As the Lynx clan, you obviously not have the normal military experience tree. We have this one here, the hunting board, and you will basically get furs to level up. The furs you can only get from wolves and bears, generally. But if you go for a great hunt, you can also go for dwarves. Which means this map here is a lot better when you went for the great hunt, because there are a lot of dwarves, like the Valkyries will give you some, the dwarven, which you're most likely not gonna kill, but they will also give you some. They would all not give you any furs if you didn't went for the great hunt. So very, very good choice here for going for Great Hunt. Otherwise, this map would not look as great for the Lynx. Just a few wolves. This is not a lot for your hunting board. There's still a way to get yourself out of that, because if you take 200 fame... Really, right? Not really. But... Can we track that window? No, we can't. And... yeah. Generally wouldn't be the greatest map without the Great Hunt. With the Great Hunt, like, you're gonna have quite a few furs here and gonna have an easy time to get towards fire arrows or path complete. What I meant to say were, when you go on 200 fame, you can get a mystical lure with Milaki, your war chief, and Miliki, sorry. And yeah, you can go somewhere, have a mystical lure go up. And there will be waves of animals attack that. Like every 3 months or so, there will be animals attacking it. And like basically instantly when you build it, there will be the first one, which will be 2 wolves and I think even 2 sheep and the wolf. Then afterwards, there's like 2 wolves, 2 sheep. Then there's suddenly a bear, a wolf, and yeah, you know, like they will go progressively bigger up to a point. There's like a max they can reach. Like it's like 8 or 9, right? The 8s or 9s wave is basically the max wave, and it won't get any stronger anymore. But this is like an alternative way to get your first somehow, if you can't. Not as easy to reach 200 fame on Lynx there. This is, by the way, the one thing I'm missing a little here is seeing how much fame they have. There we go. We go. Can check the fame. 160. Everything's around. What am I even talking about? What am I even talking about? Damn it! Right on the middle here. Right on the middle. Uncontested? Uncontested. That will be a nice 50 fame to get. What else would you want at that point? We have something going on in there. May we spy what it is? It is the hunter upgrade. Having 6 hunters working at that point would lean myself as far off the window and say, it's a good upgrade. This is really what you want. Early 801 plus 15% production on all of your hunters when you have 6 hunters. Seems stonks to me. On the other side, Daniel, snatching up the middle. A little bit more fame here. 225 now, giving him the military pressure bonus. So non-villager units productions have a bonus depending on the number of military units he controls. Currently, he controls 0 military units, so it doesn't make a difference at all. I'm personally not too sure how big of a difference that actually makes. I don't know if somebody in chat is like an Ox main, which knows a little bit more about them. I personally always felt this bonus be a little weak, which doesn't mean that the Ox itself is weak. You're getting a lot of bonus from your chief, which Danio is not really, not stressing it, not pushing too much on the chief here. It will come. I like that. That's usually what I also do, especially in like non-team games, right? In team games, I feel like I would get it a little earlier, just in case we'll be fighting. But you have a huge chief, which is extremely strong. It also costs 350 gold and 59. That's nice to get. Good when you go big in the end. Yeah, okay. That I can really imagine. Like if you have a standoff, like in a duel, you know, like, for example, the Ox has 10 army up there, the Lynx has 12 army, so it can't really push the Ox. So both are more or less forced to keep their army up, because the other one could just attack at any point if you convert them back into villagers. So you have your army up, they're just standing around, and there's a little bit of a bonus there for the Ox. All your villagers are going to produce a little bit more. Yeah, that's what I mean. You need less villagers to sustain your army. I can see why this would be pretty good. If you heard some beeping right now, don't be worried. This is my washing machine. That it's done. Oh, first workout for attack over here. I'm always really interested in seeing, are these actually like coming at the right same time? We might have missed the attack. I always wished that the Merc Alpha would actually attack at the very same time. By the way, we can look live into the graphs over here. Look at these graphs. I think what's really interesting is, for example, population. You have Lunch Lady in the lead, but only by a tiny bit, and you gotta keep in mind that the Ox Clan villagers are a lot more efficient than a normal villager. A normal Ox Clan villager will have 40% more production than other villagers. Therefore, again, you can only put 1 farmer in a farm, and if you upgrade it, you can put 2 in it. So a lot less. Therefore, way more efficient. Problem is, upkeep for the building is still pretty high. We have 24 for this building. This is already minus. You got it? Oh, yeah. With City Builder, there's already minus 50% upkeep cost in effect. So this farm here would have an upkeep of 36. No, it isn't 48, right? You don't pay 48 for an upgraded farm, do you? Did I try? It feels like I can. I would love to. We didn't crash the game. That's it itched in my finger. Sorry, guys. And in the end, it's the better, right? If I could click it, I should really try it out right now. Come on. Need a little bit of help here. First upgraded archery range here. For Lunch Lady, having hit, feeling safe, means a little bit of happiness there for her. We have already 4 out of feeling safe here, and we're just feasting. Even more happiness out of that. So slowly see the gold is rising for both of the players, slowly getting towards 802, which is not exactly the point where you definitely want to be fighting, but be fine. I already have a little bit of view here for Lunch Lady. And a view for Daniel. Also a good idea what is going on this map. Most likely already knowing this is very likely the border of the opposing player. Can Lunch Lady already see? Yeah. Also should be pretty clear that the other player is over there. Is there much more to clear on the map? Yeah. We'll have a bunch of Draugr over here. We still have quite a few Draugr over here on that side. Easier will be pretty rough to clear for the links. Like if you go over here and your Lunch Lady, you could get boxed in by Daniel. Even though the Ox clan doesn't really want to get an army out to trap somebody, I feel like. Like if you get an army out, you want to get it once to actually like put pressure on your opponent. You're not gonna get like 5 warriors to just stand around and do nothing. We have a brewery here. I see a brewery. I show a brewery. What's going on here? Eating safe is also in. I feel like you needed it before to go for the higher villagers here. Like the population for Daniel were always pretty good. And I feel like this brewery might have had something to do with it. I feel like that were actually difference maker. I really gotta say, man, you can see most of the stuff that you really want to see, right? Like I never had the situation right now where I felt like something is hidden from me and I can't see it here. For example, went here, we can actually see the lore and see it instantly for both players. So we need to do this little walk around. Both fames for the players, but we can also see the fame bonuses that the clan has to just jump in there and explain something. Can you press I? I can't press I. This situation I also don't mind about it a lot. People are oftentimes telling me to do that in videos, but I hate doing it while playing because yeah, these little boxes here, I feel like they throw me off when microing. But since I don't need to micro here, we can very well keep these on if you feel like that helps you. I feel like it is very helpful, for example, to see which of the tiles are already developed by Daniel. This is coming closer and closer. Lunch Lady is coming over. Checking out. In there. I wanna see. He sees. He doesn't see him yet. Not yet, however. Early. Gold is going up for both of them. Ox Chief is not already out. Could very well be out already. Thing is, I feel like you don't pay any food for. Like the War Chief doesn't have any consumption for none of the clan. You take wood. You need firewood for the chief, so it's not completely free to have it out. So if you don't actually need it to clear something, it wouldn't really make sense to have it. But most likely, like, the resources are there, so the chief could come out if it would be needed. What is the upgrade in here? It is the sailor upgrade. Right now, the very first upgrade, actually. We have a second iron here somewhere. Oh yeah, it's from the Valkyrie. So if the chief comes out probably after the winter. By the way, Ox Clan gets no fur coats. It is oftentimes why you never want to fight with an ox in the winter months. Here still 600s upgraded. We have the sailors upgraded. We have the trackers upgraded. We got all the upgrades in that Lynx could ever want. Gold is slowly creeping up, and right here we have the mythical lure. Not even the mystical one, sorry. And if you kill animals or anything else, sometimes you will spawn these little spirits here, which will then fight for you. They will slowly lose life over time though, so it's not like a permanent unit that will always help you out. You need to make something happen with it really quickly. because they're basically like the giants out of the last campaign mission, you know, of the basic campaign. They're the giants that slowly die. Also out of the first campaign mission. It's basically how the mythical animals appear to be. Not the ones that attack you though, these ones will totally kill you and not lose life. But the other ones will. Swing around. Looks like to be interested in the drawers up there. We're not quite at fire arrows yet. Oftentimes you would also like to get a few path completes here, which gives all your trackers 5% attack speed, range, and movement speed. Yeah. Which is pretty big. Pretty big. I actually completely forgot about the movement speed here. See, very, very beefy cats though, because of nimble paws, giving both of them plus 35% max health, letting them end up at 81 health. 81 health, that's a bunch. Compare that to the Orc War Chief, who has 100 health. But keep in mind though, 250 gold and 15 iron. Therefore, you can drip this boy out. If you get military experience, or like just pop out the chief, the very first one is basically for free. Around the map, there will be those ancient battlegrounds spawning. You can send your chief towards them. You will gather something for 30 seconds or something, and then afterwards you will find out if you found a chest piece, gloves, or a shoulder. No. Shoulder pads, gloves, and leggings. Yeah, trousers basically. There are two different choices for each of those, and you can get a lot of them because, for example, here with Unstoppable, you get 5% attack power for each of that you gather. So even if you found 2 trousers, for example, you can pick the one that you actually want to wear and take the bonus. For example, here, this one unlocks the Stomp passive ability, which allows area of effect attacks increase the move speed by 20% in neutral or enemy territory. So, yeah, pretty helpful there. There will be another choice. There will be another pair of trousers where you get a different bonus on. If you got both of these, that will still help you for the Unstoppable bonus though. So if you have 4 of them, you get 20% attack power. If you have 5 of them, you have 25% attack power, even though you can only wear 1. We just saw their lunch lady. Howdy. Wanting to know what is going on. The gold is slowly creeping up yet again. Pretty good. Might even look into an attack. You never know. There we see the animals slowly dying. Slowly dying. The oftentimes we'll see is that people just send them straight into some territories. I don't think you're gonna get military experience for killing them, so just having them annoy your opponent a little bit can be fine. Problem is, if I send the wolf over here, it will not actually survive long enough to actually decolonize the tiles. So in the end, you maybe even not want to do that, just to, I don't know, don't steer your opponent up. Don't want to be in bad blood with them. In the mythical lore, we can see in 2 minutes there will be the next wave of animals. Here's already 4 waves cleared. So these waves are getting real beefy, and let's see what I can see here. We have our first move from Lunch Lady. Going forward into the 4th raft tile. 4th raft tile will give Danio for every unit, every military unit has 10% attack bonus. Which is pretty significant, honestly. So, good idea to deny to the opponent. It's even an ancient battleground over here, so one of the equipments for Thorfinn is right in there. A few more warriors coming out here for Danio. With 8 army for Lunch Lady. You soon might see 6 for Danio. Plus Chief, not too bad. It's not too bad. Your units are also a little bit more beefy, but the trackers and cats are also very, very beefy, so it might actually not be super easy here. Be quite micro-dependent. Doing the brewer there, and going straight for the trackers. Don't wanna aggro, like, don't wanna fight the cats here, they are way too beefy. The trackers are the main part of their damage, and Daniel is doing a great job here, just going right for the trackers. If you are close to them, by the way. Oh my god! Oh my god! Ah, he made it! He made it! The madman made it! And he's gonna take the chief. Big one, big one. Might even be able... Yeah, he's gonna take both cats. He's gonna take both cats. With the upgrade for the warriors, you can chase basically anything, doesn't matter how high the attack speed is. And big fight here for Daniel. Real big fight. Really great, greatly done by Lunch Lady though. She were unbelievably close to killing the war chief here. And if the war chief falls for the Orcs clan, you are in bad times. You are in dire times. But surviving here, taking out the attack, giving yourself a little bigger of a window here, I feel like is very, 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 very good for Daniel. Very great, dude. The sheep made the difference. I feel like true, right? Sheep truly make the difference. Maybe even the brewer. This is maybe why you want to get brewers, because they are such good baits that they just let you win any fight. Yeah, for Lunch Lady now, a big time of recovery. You need a lot of time to recover here to get these cats back. It will take a little bit of a while, like 3 months, then you can get your chief. You will be back at the spot, like the build here looks like you can get back into an economical position to actually take a fight. It weren't a 100% loss here, where your opponent had all his army left and basically remained untouched after the attack. Took some losses. Losing the chief here would have been maybe even a win for Lunch Lady. She then basically instantly runs back, try to save a cat or two. I feel like this would have been worth it. Right here, the tip, I feel like the scale is slightly tipped towards Daniel's favor here, because as the Orcs, you want to be going into late game. You can see the gold economy here, plus 15. Looking really, really good. Here are the Spectral Warriors. And again, we have... The cats aren't really ready yet. The War Chief isn't ready yet, so you are kind of forced to do that with villagers, which is gonna hurt you a lot more. And Daniel here, who has his chief alive, can tank the damage with the chief. And the warrior is also still around. Lunch Lady here with a big food deficit. Big food deficit. Yeah, of course. Fighting off the ghosts right now. Yeah, it's tough. Of course, to defend that with the villagers, taking a lot of damage here. The healer's hut isn't yet up, which I really respect, I gotta say. I like to get my healers as late as possible, but all these ranged units here are gonna do less damage. Maybe better to get them as close as the hunter there, because the hunter actually punches, therefore doesn't get the negative effects of fighting against the ghosts, which takes a lot less damage from ranged units. It is observer mode. We actually have spectator mode here in Northgard. This is actually the first time I'm trying this out, and I gotta say I'm really enjoying it. A little bit of a hassle right now in the beta, because it's just normal, yeah, like most of the people will not actually play the beta, they will mostly just play the normal mode, play a little bit of Northgard. But very happy, like thanks a lot to Daniel and Lunch Lady for making this game happen here. Thanks a lot. Like without them this wouldn't be possible, and I feel like we have a very interesting game here on our hand. Doesn't seem to be over yet. And I feel like Lunch Lady definitely gets another shot here and makes something happen. Daniel doing quite well though, doing quite well. But gonna take that away. The chief is alive. even though might have been close. Still managed to make it happen. That's the main thing. Lunch lady, giving it up. Makes sense. Yeah, I can type in chat. Kinda true though, kinda true. If you look at the statistics. I mean, we're there. I'm definitely down to do another one. I felt like that were pretty fun. Yeah, maybe not wrong. Taking a break here, Daniel, not too bad, not too bad. Maybe somebody else wants to play against Lunch Lady or something like that. But I'm really, really hyped about the spectator mode here. A lot of possibilities, of things we can check out. I feel like the game were fun. Which is not even the main part here, right? Yeah. Most important thing is actually like the spectator mode here on the first time. But I gotta say that the spectator mode is just working as well, that I were just drawn into being more interested into the game, because most of the things that I wanted were there. I wanted to check something out, I could do it. You can check player stats live throughout the game. You can check the military, just drop in here and you're right into the military stats. You can check out the resources. You have a lot of stuff that you can show and not show, and I feel like it's a really, really cool way to implement it. Like, there's a lot of stuff possible. The only thing which I would really like, which is a real like going far here, is like that I could maybe actually open up a lobby as spectator. That would be pretty cool. This is a thing which makes it dodgy right now for all intent and purposes, which isn't like setting up community games while a stream or anything. This is just what you need, right? You don't need much more. Like, you can have your players open up the game, leave up the space for a spectator. Spectator can jump in perfectly. I hope that the host can also kick the observer, so when somebody else is jumping in, then you can actually kick them out, so the right observer can jump in. But yeah, would be maybe a little bit more of what do we call it, the quality of life, right? Makes it a tiny bit easier for some cases to make it happen, but I feel like this is a very personal thing, might be very different for other players. Yeah, big hype, gotta say.